Hello, and welcome to today's video where we're diving into a topic that affects millions of lives but is often overlooked until it's too late: the 5 leading causes of death after age 75. You might think that passing away at an advanced age is just part of life, but here's the truth: most deaths in this age group come down to just a handful of preventable causes. Yes, preventable. By understanding these risks and taking action now, you can protect your health, maintain your independence, and potentially add years, maybe even decades, to your life. In this video, we're going to uncover the 5 primary reasons why people over 75 pass away, and more importantly, we'll share practical steps you can take to reduce your risks. These aren't just numbers or statistics, they represent real people, real families, and real opportunities to make choices that can transform your future. Some of these causes might seem familiar, while others could catch you by surprise, but one thing is certain: knowledge is power, and the sooner you act, the better your chances of living a long, vibrant, and independent life. Stick with us until the end, because we're not just going to tell you what these risks are, we're going to show you how small, manageable changes can make a massive difference. Whether you're watching this for yourself or a loved one, the information in this video could be the key to staying strong, active, and in control of your health for years to come. Let's get started. Number 1. Heart disease, the silent threat you can control. Heart disease is the number 1 cause of death for people over 75, and it's a bigger threat than most people realize. Your heart is the engine of your body, pumping blood and oxygen to every cell, every minute of every day. But over time, without the right care, that engine can start to falter. The scary part? You might not even notice until it's too late. Many people assume that heart problems are just an inevitable part of aging. They think, well, my parents had heart issues, so it's just my fate. But here's the reality. While genetics play a role, your daily choices, your diet, your activity level, how you manage stress, have a massive impact on whether heart disease becomes a problem for you. Let's break it down. One of the biggest drivers of heart disease is high blood pressure, also known as hypertension. This is often called the silent killer because it rarely causes noticeable symptoms. Over years, high blood pressure puts intense strain on your arteries, making them less flexible and forcing your heart to work harder than it should. Imagine your arteries like a garden hose. If the pressure is too high for too long, the hose starts to crack. That's what happens to your blood vessels, increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. The problem is, most people don't check their blood pressure regularly. They assume they'd feel something if it was high, but that's not how it works. By the time you notice symptoms like chest pain or shortness of breath, the damage is often already done. That's why getting your blood pressure checked regularly, whether at home with a monitor or at the doctor's office, is one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can do to protect your heart. Another major factor is diet. Years of eating processed foods, high-sodium meals, and unhealthy fats, like those found in fried foods or sugary snacks, can clog your arteries, a condition called atherosclerosis. This buildup narrows the pathways for blood, making it harder for your heart to do its job. But it's not just about avoiding bad foods. Your heart needs the right nutrients to stay strong. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon or walnuts, antioxidants like berries, and fiber like whole grains act like fuel for your heart, keeping it healthy and resilient. Then there's physical activity, or more often, the lack of it. Your heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs exercise to stay strong. When you spend most of your day sitting, your circulation slows, your blood pressure can creep up, and your heart doesn't get the workout it needs. Now, we're not saying you need to hit the gym or run a marathon. Even gentle activities like walking for 20 minutes a day, doing chair exercises, or stretching can make a huge difference. Studies show that regular movement can lower your risk of heart disease by up to 30%. That's not a small number, it's life-changing. Stress is another sneaky contributor. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can increase blood pressure and inflammation, both of which harm your heart over time. Finding ways to manage stress, whether through deep breathing, meditation, or simply spending time with loved ones, can protect your heart as much as any diet or exercise plan. Here's the key takeaway: heart disease is not your destiny. Small, consistent changes, like eating more vegetables, walking daily, checking your blood pressure, and managing stress, can strengthen your heart and lower your risk dramatically. The earlier you start, the better, but it's never too late to make a difference. Your heart is working hard for you every single day. Give it the care it deserves, and it will keep you going strong for years to come. Number 2. Falls and injuries, a preventable danger. Next on our list is something that might surprise you: falls and injuries. This isn't a disease, but it's one of the most common and devastating risks for people over 75. A single fall can change everything in an instant. A broken hip, a head injury, or even a minor sprain can spiral into serious complications, robbing you of your independence and, in some cases, your life. Here's a sobering fact: falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths among seniors. Every year, millions of older adults end up in the emergency room because of a fall, and for many, it marks the beginning of a decline. They never recover from. A fractured hip, for example, can lead to months of immobility, which increases the risk of infections, blood clots, and muscle loss. But despite how common and dangerous falls are, most people don't take steps to prevent them until it's too late. Why are falls so dangerous after 75? As we age, our bodies change in ways we don't always notice. Our balance isn't as steady, our muscles lose strength, and our reaction times slow down. You might feel fine walking around your house or climbing stairs, but one wrong step, one moment of dizziness, or one slippery surface can lead to disaster. And here's the kicker: the body doesn't bounce back like it used to. A fall that would have been a minor bruise in your 30s can now mean weeks or months of recovery or worse. One of the biggest risk factors for falls is muscle weakness. When your leg and core muscles aren't strong, it's harder to catch yourself if you trip or lose balance. Simple exercises like leg lifts, squats, or even standing on one foot for a few seconds can strengthen these muscles and improve your stability. You don't need fancy equipment, just a commitment to moving your body regularly. Another factor is your environment. Look around your home. Are there loose rugs, cluttered floors, or dim lighting? These are fall hazards waiting to happen. Installing grab bars in the bathroom, using non-slip mats, and keeping pathways clear can make a huge difference. And don't underestimate the power of good lighting. Being able to see where you're going can prevent a trip over an unseen obstacle. Medications are another hidden risk. Many prescriptions, especially those for blood pressure, sleep, or anxiety, can cause side effects like dizziness or drowsiness. If you've ever felt lightheaded after standing up, that could be your medication talking. Talk to your doctor about your prescriptions and ask if any of them might be increasing your fall risk. Sometimes a simple adjustment in dosage or timing can make all the difference. Here's something else to consider. Fear of falling can make falls more likely. After a close call, many seniors start avoiding movement altogether. They skip walks, avoid stairs, or stay seated more often. But the less you move, the weaker your muscles get, and the weaker your muscles, the more likely you are to fall. It's a vicious cycle, but you can break it. Staying active, doing balance exercises, and making your home safer can keep you steady on your feet. Falls aren't just accidents, they're preventable. By strengthening your body, being mindful of your surroundings, and addressing medication side effects, you can significantly reduce your risk. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with knowing you're doing everything you can to stay safe and independent. That's worth a few small changes, isn't it? If you're finding this information helpful, please drop a number 2-inch in the comments below to let me know you're with me. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Your support keeps us creating content to help you live your healthiest life. Number 3. Respiratory diseases. Protect your lungs, protect your life. Breathing is something we do without thinking, until it becomes a struggle. After age 75, respiratory diseases become one of the leading causes of death, and the sad truth is, many of these cases could have been prevented with earlier action. Your lungs are vital to every function in your body, and when they start to weaken, even a minor cold can turn into a life-threatening issue. One of the biggest culprits is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which includes conditions like emphysema and chronic bronchitis. COPD makes it harder to breathe as the airways in your lungs become inflamed and narrowed. Symptoms like persistent coughing, wheezing, or feeling winded after light activity are often dismissed as just aging, but they're actually red flags that your lungs need attention. Ignoring these signs can lead to a downward spiral, where breathing becomes more difficult, and everyday tasks feel impossible. Another major threat is pneumonia. What might seem like a bad cold or flu can quickly escalate in older adults. As we age, our immune system isn't as strong, making it harder to fight off infections. Pneumonia can lead to hospitalization, and for many seniors, it triggers a rapid decline in health. The good news? Vaccines for pneumonia and the flu are highly effective and can significantly reduce your risk. If you haven't talked to your doctor about these vaccinations, make it a priority. Your environment plays a big role too. Years of exposure to cigarette smoke, pollution, or even indoor irritants like dust and mold can damage your lungs over time. Even if you've never smoked, secondhand smoke or poor air quality in your home can take a toll. Simple changes like using an air purifier, keeping your home clean, and avoiding smoky environments can protect your lungs and keep them functioning better for longer. Here's something most people don't realize. Physical activity strengthens your lungs. When you move, your lungs work harder, expanding fully and clearing out mucus that can build up and lead to infections. Sedentary lifestyles, on the other hand, weaken lung function and make you more vulnerable to respiratory issues. Even light exercise like walking or gentle yoga can improve your lung capacity and reduce your risk of complications. Another key factor is weight management. Carrying extra weight, especially around your midsection, can put pressure on your lungs, making it harder to breathe deeply. Maintaining a healthy weight through a balanced diet and regular movement can ease this burden and keep your lungs working efficiently. Respiratory diseases don't have to define your future. By staying active, getting vaccinated, improving your environment, and paying attention to early warning signs, you can keep your lungs strong and healthy. Breathing should feel easy, and with the right steps, it can stay that way for years to come. Number 4. Stroke. Act early to save your independence. A stroke can strike without warning, and in a matter of seconds it can change your life forever. It's one of the top causes of death after 75, and for those who survive, it often leads to permanent disability, loss of independence, or the inability to speak or move freely. But here's the good news. Up to 80% of strokes are preventable. That means the choices you make today can dramatically lower your risk and help you stay independent. A stroke happens when blood flow to part of your brain is interrupted, either by a clot blocking an artery or a blood vessel bursting. Without oxygen, brain cells start dying within minutes. The effects can range from mild temporary confusion or weakness, to severe, leaving someone unable to walk, talk, or care for themselves. In too many cases, strokes are fatal. The biggest risk factor is high blood pressure, which we mentioned earlier with heart disease. Over time, high blood pressure weakens blood vessels, making them more likely to rupture or become blocked. The problem? You can have high blood pressure for years without knowing it because it often has no symptoms. Regular checkups and monitoring your blood pressure at home are critical to catching this risk early. Another major cause is atrial fibrillation, AFib, an irregular heartbeat that can cause blood to pool and form clots. If one of those clots travels to the brain, it can trigger a stroke. AFib can be detected with a simple doctor's visit, and treatments like blood thinners can significantly reduce your risk. If you ever feel your heart racing or skipping beats, don't ignore it, get it checked. Lifestyle plays a huge role too. A diet high in processed foods, salt, and unhealthy fats increases your stroke risk, while a lack of physical activity slows circulation and raises blood pressure. On the flip side, eating nutrient-rich foods, like leafy greens, berries, and whole grains, and staying active can protect your brain and blood vessels. Even something as simple as drinking enough water helps keep your blood flowing smoothly, reducing the risk of clots. One warning sign to watch for is a transient ischemic attack, TIA, often called a mini-stroke. These are brief episodes of symptoms like sudden weakness, confusion, or trouble speaking that go away quickly. Don't brush them off, they're a warning that a full-blown stroke could be coming. Seeking medical help immediately can prevent a catastrophe. The power to prevent a stroke is in your hands. Monitor your blood pressure, stay active, eat a brain-healthy diet, and don't ignore warning signs. These steps can mean the difference between a vibrant, independent life and a future limited by disability. If you're still with me and finding this valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our life-saving content. Number 5. Cognitive decline. Keep your mind sharp. The final cause on our list is one of the most feared. Cognitive decline, including dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Losing the ability to remember, reason, or make decisions isn't just a personal loss, it can lead to life-threatening complications. Cognitive decline doesn't just affect your mind. It impacts your ability to take care of your body, recognize symptoms, or stay safe. The decline often starts subtly, forgetting a name, misplacing keys, or struggling to follow a conversation. Many people dismiss these as senior moments, but they can be early signs of something more serious. Over time, cognitive decline can make it hard to manage medications, eat properly, or avoid accidents like leaving the stove on or wandering outside unsafely. For many seniors, this leads to a loss of independence and a rapid decline in overall health. The good news? You can take steps to protect your brain and slow cognitive decline. One of the most effective ways is to stay mentally active. Your brain is like a muscle, it needs regular exercise to stay strong. Activities like reading, doing puzzles, learning a new skill, or even playing a musical instrument can keep your brain sharp. Studies show that people who challenge their minds regularly are less likely to develop dementia. Physical exercise is just as important. Movement increases blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients that protect memory and cognitive function. A simple daily walk can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 40%. That's a powerful reason to lace up your shoes and get moving. Social connection is another key factor. Loneliness and isolation accelerate cognitive decline, while staying engaged with friends, family, or your community keeps your brain active and resilient. Joining a book club, volunteering, or even having regular phone calls with loved ones can make a big difference. Diet matters too. Foods rich in omega-3s like fish, antioxidants like blueberries, and healthy fats like avocados support brain health, while too much sugar and processed foods can increase inflammation and raise your risk of cognitive issues. Finally, sleep is critical. Poor sleep or untreated conditions like sleep apnea can harm your brain over time. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night, and talk to your doctor if you're struggling with sleep issues. Cognitive decline isn't inevitable. By staying mentally and physically active, eating well, staying connected, and prioritizing sleep, you can keep your mind sharp and your independence intact. Your brain is your greatest asset. Protect it, and it will serve you well for years to come. As we wrap up this video, let's reflect on what we've covered. Heart disease, falls, respiratory diseases, stroke, and cognitive decline. These are the 5 leading causes of death after age 75, but they don't have to define your future. The most important thing to understand is that you have more control than you might think. Small, intentional choices, eating better, moving more, staying connected, and paying attention to warning signs, can add years of health, strength, and independence to your life. Aging isn't something to fear, but it's something to prepare for. The sooner you start making these changes, the better your chances of living a long, fulfilling life. Think about one small step you can take today, Maybe it's scheduling a doctor's appointment, going for a walk, or calling a friend. Whatever it is, know that every action counts. Your health is your greatest gift, and it's never too late to invest in it. By taking charge now, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Thank you for watching, and we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below with one thing you learned today or one change you plan to make. Your thoughts inspire us to keep creating content like this. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.